Hello and welcome to the Wiltshire Caravans handover video for the Elddis Avante 586. This is the 2021 model. Just quickly walk around the outside. I always start these things at the back. Don't worry about that flap hanging down there. I've done that deliberately to just for ease of time when we get down to explain what things do. So, back of the caravan, two grab handles. Then you've got the light clusters on either side. So that's for your brake lights, indicators, running lights, reversing lights. You've also got a highline brake light on here, area for your number brake, and then of course the corner steadies, rear corner steadies back there. Okay. So moving along the outside of this 586. First thing we come to is this area here where we this is where the pink fluid goes in for your toilet rinse. Look at the manufacturer's instructions as in on the bottle to see what how much pink rinse you will need to put in there. I use an old pop bottle to and I fill it up with the required amount of pink fluid, then with 2 litres of water. That's then enough. Okay. So then we get down to the toilet cassette itself. I have unlocked these catches just for ease of use. Right, it's the standard Thetford cassette. Lift the orange handle and bring towards you, and you can bring the cassette out. This handle does extend it; it's telescopic, so you can literally carry away your waste or wheel it away. But when you get to your waste area, this funnel comes forward, undo the cap, put that somewhere safe. You don't want that falling into the receptacle where everything goes. Lift it forward and then press on this orange button up here. That will release any air pressure to let everything flow out beautifully. Then you want to rinse out your cassette. Pull this back, slide back and open this flap here. And then do your rinsing out, and again empty as shown before. You see in there a little float. When that is at its top level, it shows that the cassette is full, and a little light comes on in the toilet to say that you need to empty it. Okay, so make sure you close that flap back up. Push the slider up. The cap itself, before putting on, that's where the the blue fluid goes. Again, check on your manufacturer's bottle just to see how much blue needs to go in there, and then however much you need to dilute that as well. All goes back together and slides back in. Okay, there's a feature on here. There's also a little pipe because it's got the pink fluid. When you're winterizing, this take this stopper out, and that will empty out any pink fluid from your toilet flush. Okay. Beneath them, you've got the waste outlets for the grey waste being the water coming out of your sinks, so that's for the kitchen and the bathroom, and from the shower. A couple of bits of grey pipe into a waste master, or if you're on a permanent pitch, you can get longer pieces of pipe to go all the way straight down to a drain. Exhaust area there. That exhaust is if you're running the heating of the water systems on the gas. That's the exhaust system for that. Okay. Got the alloy wheels. The wheel nuts are torqued up to 130 Newton meters. I'll show you where that. You see it says that on the sticker on the other side. This particular model has the Freedom Power Touch Freedom motor mover, which will be shown how to use that on a separate video. Okay. Then we come to the battery box, which I cannot unlock first. This one's brand new, it's quite stiff. Right, okay, so there's your 110 AH battery. Your electric hookup, an external 12-volt socket and aerial point. But this is the isolator switch for the motor mover. There's the key there. Again, it's on a different thing, but you can't engage the motor movers while you're plugged into your electric hookup, and that is a very good safety feature. Okay, next we come to the water system. So it's the whale water pump system we use. The plate just slides up. This pump goes into that. And that slides down, just clips it into place. This pump goes into the aqua roll. There's no water in it, this is for demonstration purposes. Goes in there, and that white cap goes over the top to prevent any dust, dirt, or any other kind of detritus going into your fresh water. So come around to the front, 2 more grab handles, 3 large windows at the front, well 3 windows at the front, 2 small ones and 1 larger one, and the gas locker itself. So in the gas locker, this can hold 2 gas bottles. There's the Chris registration number for this particular caravan. In here you'll also find your leg winder, a wheel brace, your water pump, and your electric cable will be in here as well. Runs on the Alco chassis, Alco ATC on this. The ATC standing for Alco Trailer Control. Basically there is a sensor underneath the chassis, so if the caravan does start snaking or moving about, it will put the brakes on the caravan to stabilize things in a hurry. Okay, going around to the near side, external gas barbecue point. Now it says here, do not use gas barbecue in the awning. I can only say I concur with that idea. You don't really want any lit flames within a fabric building, so to speak. Not a great plan. And we've got an external locker, fair amount of space there, and also here you've got the 230-volt socket that you could run through the little cutout here, and that could run into your awning. So you've got electric on the awning as well. I mentioned earlier about the wheel, that torque. There's the plate information. So the maximum plated weight of this particular vehicle is 1,460, so that's the most it's allowed to be. Tyre pressure is 61 psi. Alloys torque at 130 newton meters. If you do need to put the spare on and it's a steel wheel, that just gets torqued up to 102 newton meters. Okay. Stable door, you've got the awning light, aerial above, and then you've got your vents for your fridge and freezer, and one for the microwave. And what else we've got there is the 2 windows on the bunks. Next we're going to take you inside and talk you through how everything works in here. So, inside we are. Okay, so here we are inside. First thing, obviously, straight to the lounge. Just going to give you a quick tour around. Have a look at the lounge area. Then you've got the dinette. Very useful, particularly in British weather. Going down to the bathroom. Got a fabulous size shower. Nice sink, etc. Toilet. We will be coming back in to show everything, don't worry. And the bedroom area, well, bunks area. Down in the kitchen, including a microwave. But we'll go through stuff in more detail shortly. Okay, so as we get into the caravan, let's turn everything off. Master switch is the one on the left hand side. That turns the power on. When I turn the power on, you may have seen a flicker of light. These individual lights, they have come on. They've got individual light switches, so you can turn them off as required. They're not on all the time, but the main lights are turned on by the middle of the 3 buttons. And there we go. May not look massively bright in here and during daylight, but I can assure you that in night time it's like the Blackpool illuminations. And this final one, this is your awning light outside. Okay, now this control panel, this is the Whale heating and hot water system. Your front screen looks like this. You have a sort of back button here, but this is pretty much where we need to be. Now, the first icon, the flowy lines in a heat way, that's the internal temperature of the caravan, or 14 degrees at the moment. If you press on that, it's all touch screen. You then see you've got the options of going on to 3.3 amps of electricity, 6.5 amps or 13 amps. You could go on to gas. You could just have the fan going around. That's nice during the sort of summer. If it's feeling a bit stuffy, just turn that on and the fan will just nicely, there's no heat in it, it's just that the fan will come on. Well, we don't need that, it's all off at the moment. Okay, so if we're going to go on to 3.3 amps is really, it will heat things up, but it will take an awfully long time. In the UK, 6.5 amps is always going to be available on an electric hookup, giving you some room to spare. 13 amps, you may be lucky to have that on a pole. However, if you have that on and then switch on your kettle or your microwave, that'll probably trip the system out. So unless you're in a rush to heat everything up, in which case just use that, but don't put anything else on. Otherwise, 6.5 is normally sufficient within the UK, unless you're going to the Arctic, in which case you'll be on only on 30 on all of them. Can work on gas if you don't have an electric hookup. Obviously off at the moment. Now, to adjust the temperature, very simple. It'll either minus, so drop the temperature down, plus put the temperature up wherever you want to be, whatever's comfortable for you. There's a nighttime setting, so you can have a lower temperature at nighttime. There's also a frost setting for if you're out and about, or if you have your caravan at home and it's plugged into the electric and you don't want any frost, just keep it on that setting. That will then work at that temperature. To head back, like I said, that button underneath. Then we've got the water temperature. You can run it on eco. Now that's more than sufficient for washing up, etc. If you're all going to go and have a shower, I suggest to go on to 3.3. If there's more than two, three or more of you are going to go and have showers in quick succession, you might want a timed boost, or you can time the electric and go on at 6.5, and gas. So yeah, you can do that should you wish to do so. Back again. Right, as I showed you earlier when we were outside, how to connect the water pump to get the water flowing into the caravan. You need to press that. It will show up yellow line, then it'll show red. Green. I can't colourblind. Green, which means that the water pump is on. As we've got no water pump in there, I'm not turning that on now. Then you've got a timer, and also this is showing that you've got 13.6 volts available to you at the moment. Doesn't surprise me because we are plugged into the electricity. Okay, there is a handbook for this, a user manual for the Whale system. It's nice and straightforward. However, if you do get any questions that you can't find in the book, please do give us a call on 01373 752 100. That's 01373 752 100, and we'll do what we can to answer any questions that you may have. Okay. Whilst we were talking about the water, there is an important area I need to show you over here. Underneath the right-hand dinette side, there is a yellow tap. This yellow tap, in its current position, would drain all the water out of the caravan, to the point of everything. Well, I say all the water out of the water heater, which is underslung on models, and out of the taps. So open the taps, open that particular yellow tap, just to drain everything out for traveling, and but particularly for winterizing. You've also got a gas isolator valve for, or tap for, the hot water. If you are running on gas rather than electricity and you wanted to isolate that, the power to there, that's where you turn that off. But however, if you're running on propane, you can just turn it off at the gas bottle, and that will be sufficient. I also mentioned just before that if you have too much power going to the heating and you put the kettle on, whatever, you may trip the switch. Well, that switch is at the front, in the lounge area, underneath the right hand side sofa is the breaker box, breaker switches and the fuse boxes. So if anything doesn't work to start with, that's the first place to try, to have a look to see if the breaker's gone. Okay, there's quite a bit of storage under here as well, as there is at the front. Nice little area there. And we've seen into this side from outside, so this can be got two from either side. Whilst we're here in the front, at the front, this table, well, this drawer comes out, lift up to become a nice table. Nice for a cup of tea or a glass of wine. To close it, simply pull it towards you, push it forward. Got drawers in here. Lots of space, very nice. Okay, the lounge itself, lots of cupboard space, but in the first cupboard you've got stereo, which has got a USB compatibility and an auxiliary input. There's the booster for the antenna, which runs the TV and the radio. Pretty standard. These just unscrew, the shaft lifts up, screw it back up, but turn the aerial to whatever direction everyone else seems to have their aerial in, then retune your TV for it to all be hunky-dory. Now, windows, they've all got the standard catches, as you can see. Open the window and tighten these up, tighten the struts up to keep everything open. They've all got fly screens and blackout blinds, but when you're lifting them back up, be careful to hold on to them, otherwise they might flick back up in a bit of a hurry. Also, in the corner here, we've got a 230 volt socket, a 6 amp, a 12 volt socket, sorry, 6 amp, but 12 volt, and a TV antenna point there for the TV at the front. As I said, all the blinds are the same except for this front window here. This doesn't have a fly screen because it doesn't open, it just has the blackout blind. Okay. On the skylights, blackout blinds again and fly screens. To open these, just push that back in, drag towards it, pull it up. Always remember though to close properly, particularly before you are going to travel. Otherwise, all these cupboards are empty at the moment until, fortunately my wife's not got this one, otherwise we'd be full completely. Then we get to near the diner area, we've got another TV point and 12 volt socket, light switch for above the dinette. Cupboard in here, I call that the wine rack. It could be anything really, but I call it the wine rack. They've also got the freestanding table in there. This area, the diner area, does turn into a bunk if required. That will be, all the instructions are within the handbook. Individual lights, as I said before. But now we come to the kitchen area, which is on the other side. Right, start off with the cooker. So it's the Thetford cooker. It's got 3 gas burners and 1 electric hob. It says do not shut lid when burner is light. Makes sense. Or to be honest, when any of it's hot, if the hob is still hot, the electric hob is still hot, don't close that glass door. Now, I'm not going to teach you how to use a cooker. However, it's got a full-size grill and oven. That grill pan from in there will slide into the oven to be used, and can be used as a second oven tray, I suppose, oven rack. And above the cooker, you've got the area to put your plates and your cups. There's also the isolator switch for the 800 watt microwave that you've got on board. Word of warning, it's got a glass plate in it. Don't travel with that glass plate there. Sink, round sink with a mixer taps. Be careful with the hot water, it does get very hot. Also over here you've got a light switch for the under the cooker, above the cooker, sorry, and 2 30-volt, 2 by 2 30-volt sockets, kettle, toaster, coffee maker, whatever you ever desire. Yeah, drawers with a cutlery drawer there, small drawer for your knickknacks, etc. Space underneath the cooker. Isolator switches again. One's for the oven and hob, and grill and gas burners. The other one is for the fridge, should you wish to have the fridge running on gas. You've also got the electric isolator for the hob there. Otherwise, it's all cupboard space down here until we get to the fridge. The fridge is the standard Dometic fridge. Switch on the left hand side is the button. It's beeping on the alternator one at the moment, beeping on the gas one at the moment, but because we're plugged into the electric, it's now on the electric. You can run it on gas if you don't have an electric hookup, and also from the car alternator. Now with that, the fridge has to be cold already. And as long as you've got the 13-pin socket on your tow bar, as long as the fridge is cold, it will maintain the temperature throughout the journey whilst it's connected. Now, it will not cool it down from the start, it just maintains the temperature. Okay, but if you've got an electric hookup, that's the place to be. You can adjust the temperature of the fridge by pressing the little thermometer on there to whatever temperature floats your boat. Now, inside the fridge itself, not a bad size at all. You can get a surprising amount of food or wine or beer in there. It's got a freezer compartment. Now this freezer compartment does come out should you wish to remove it. Though why would you do that? You can't get ice creams or ice for your gin and tonics there. Okay, so that's pretty much the kitchen area. Okay, just down by the dinette, there's another 230 volt socket. Then we'll get towards the bathroom. Light switches for out here and in the bathroom. Bathroom itself. Cabinet above the window. Nicely frosted window. I don't think anyone wants to see anyone sat down doing their business. As I said, this is the for the rinse, the flush. This is where the light comes on to say that the cartridge is full or the cassette is full. You can guarantee that's just before you go to bed. It might be worth trying to get some kind of routine where you just before 1 o'clock you empty the toilet. Seat swivels round, and when you need to empty whatever contents you put inside there, this handle here slides across. You heard the sound of something opening. I'll just show you that quickly. So, opening up, that just opens up that flap on the cassette. It's important though to close that flap when you've finished removing whatever it is. Otherwise you'll struggle to get the cassette out, or you may break the cassette in the attempt to do so. Okay, more cabinets underneath the sink. Keep your knickknacks in. Sink, mixer tap again, mirror. I'll try not to show myself in there. Then you've got the shower, nice size shower. The screen has a catch here that lifts up, and then the screen closes across as such. But when in transit, that must be down to prevent any movement. A couple of towel hooks. This is a slightly different type of skylight. Okay, so pull on the handle, keep pressure down, and pull towards you. Okay, to close it, same way, pressure down, keep the pressure down, but make sure those lugs are inside. Okay, again, fly screens and blinds on all. Toilet roll holder, the ever popular. Then we get to the large wardrobe at the back. So hanging space, two lots of hanging space. This is for if you have the bunk, the dinette area, part of the mattress. Obviously, Imelda Marcos's shoe rack. And then the double bunks. Each bunk has a light in the corner and has its own window, and obviously the curtains as well. As far as I can see, I've pretty much covered everything, but as I said earlier, if you do have any questions, please do give us a call on 01373 752 100. The only other thing to say is enjoy the fabulous Elddis Avante 586. This is the 2021 model, and it is, yeah, it's really nice. Like it a lot. Enjoy your holidays, have fun.